Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-diving into a topic that so many of you have asked about, how to make a girl think about you constantly. But here's the twist, without blowing up her phone. It sounds counterintuitive, right? In a world of instant messaging, we're often told that constant contact is key. But what if I told you that less is actually more? That by pulling back a little, you can create a magnetic pull that keeps you on her mind all day long. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding attraction, building genuine value, and creating space for her to miss you. So, if you're ready to stop being the one who's always initiating and start being the one she can't stop thinking about, stick around. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the foundation of all of this, the quality of your in-person interactions. This is non-negotiable. You can't create a lasting impression from a distance if you haven't made one up close. When you are with her, you need to be fully present. Put your phone away. I mean it. Make genuine eye contact. Listen to what she's actually saying and ask follow-up questions. Be the guy who remembers that little detail she mentioned about her dog or her favorite coffee shop. Your goal is to make every interaction with you a high point of her day. It should be fun, engaging, and emotionally stimulating. Make her laugh. Share a compelling story. Be a source of positive energy. When your time together is genuinely memorable, she naturally replays those moments in her head long after you've said goodbye. This is the raw material her mind will use to think about you later. Now, here's a powerful concept, the peak end rule. This psychological principle states that people judge an experience largely based on how they felt at its most intense point, the peak end at its end. So, how do we use this? Simple. Always aim to end your conversations and dates on a high note. Maybe you've just shared a great laugh, or you're in the middle of a super engaging story. That's your cue. Instead of letting the energy naturally die down, be the one to say, "Hey, this has been amazing, but I've actually got to run." Or if you're texting, end the conversation when it's at its most fun. This leaves her wanting more. It creates an open loop in her mind. She'll be left thinking, "Wow, that was so much fun. I can't wait to talk to him again." You're not cutting her off abruptly. You're just strategically concluding the interaction while the energy is still high, ensuring her final memory of you is exciting and positive. Next up, and this is a big one, you need to have a life outside of her. Seriously, what are you passionate about? What are your goals? What does your week look like when you're not talking to her? If the answer is waiting for her to text back, we need to fix that. A person who is busy living a fulfilling and interesting life is inherently attractive. Post a story on social media of you hiking with friends, working on a personal project, or learning a new skill. This isn't about faking it to make her jealous. It's about genuinely building a life that you are proud of. When she sees that you have a world of your own with your own passions and social circles, two things happen. First, it shows you're not needy or dependent on her for your happiness, and second, it makes her curious. She'll wonder what you're up to, and she'll want to be a part of that exciting world. Your life becomes a story she wants to follow. Let's touch on something I call emotional spikes. Our brains are wired to remember things that make us feel something strongly. Most guys operate on a flat line of, "Hey, how are you? Good. You?" It's boring and forgettable. You want to be the source of emotional peaks. This can be through humor, sending her a genuinely funny meme that relates to a conversation you had. It can be through intrigue, mentioning you have a funny story to tell her next time you see her. It can even be through a thoughtful compliment that goes beyond the surface level. Like, "I was really impressed by how you handled that situation today." These little moments break the monotony. They are small deposits into her emotional bank account that make you stand out from everyone else. The key is to be sporadic and authentic. Don't force it. Just look for opportunities to create a small, positive, emotional jolt. Now, let's combine these ideas with the art of strategic absence. After you've had a great interaction and ended on a high note, give it space. Don't immediately text her "had a great time" 2 minutes after you leave. Let her be the first one to process the experience. Let her wonder if you had as good a time as she did. This period of silence isn't a game. It's a space for her imagination to work. She'll be replaying the conversation, remembering the jokes, and anticipating your next move. When you're not constantly available, your presence becomes more valuable. She starts to look forward to hearing from you. This creates a healthy dynamic of push and pull. You pull her in with amazing interactions, and then you push away slightly by giving her space, which in turn pulls her towards you mentally. Another subtle but powerful technique is planting thought seeds. These are small things you say or do that are designed to pop into her head later. For example, you could say something like, "You know, that green sweater you're wearing would look amazing at this little hidden garden. I know, I'll have to show you sometime." Or, "Every time I hear that song now, I'm just going to think of you attempting to sing it." You're linking yourself to future experiences or common triggers like a color or a song. Now, when she sees that sweater in her closet or hears that song on the radio, who do you think she's going to think about? You. It's a simple, non-needy way to embed yourself in her daily life without even being there. You're creating little mental reminders that keep you relevant and present in her mind. Let's also talk about the power of your digital footprint, specifically social media. Use it as a highlight reel of your awesome life, not a diary of your every move. A well-timed, interesting story, not a flood of 20 stories, a day is far more effective. It gives her a window into your life without you having to narrate it to her directly. It shows, not tells. She sees you having fun, achieving things, and being social. This reinforces the idea that you are a high-value person with a lot going on. It naturally makes her want to be a part of that. The key is to appear busy living life, not busy trying to curate a perfect online persona. Be authentic, be interesting, and be a little mysterious. Let your social media be the trailer to the movie that is your life, making her want to buy a ticket. Remember, the ultimate goal is to become a source of positive feelings. When she thinks of you, the associated feeling should be one of fun, excitement, comfort, and intrigue. Every interaction you have, both in person and online, should contribute to this positive emotional association. Avoid complaining, being negative, or engaging in boring logistical small talk over text. Save the deep, meaningful, and fun conversations for your in-person dates or phone calls. Your text messages should be used primarily for logistics and the occasional witty banter or emotional spike. By keeping your text interactions light and purposeful, you elevate the value of your actual time together, making her crave those quality moments and, by extension, think about you more often. So, let's wrap this all up. Making a girl think about you isn't about fancy pickup lines or manipulative texting strategies. It's about becoming a man who is genuinely worth thinking about. Focus on having incredible in-person interactions where you are fully present. End your dates and conversations on a high note to leave her wanting more. Build a passionate, fulfilling life of your own that she'll be curious about. Use emotional spikes and thought seeds to create memorable moments that stick with her. And finally, use strategic absence and your social media to create a sense of value and intrigue. When you combine all these elements, you create a powerful magnetic effect. You won't have to fight for her attention because you'll be naturally occupying her thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Let me know in the comments which of these tips you're going to try first. Stay confident, and I'll see you in the next video.